Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, verse number 9. तास्वपत्यान्यजनयत् आत्मतुल्यानि सर्वतः एकैकस्यां दश दश प्रकृतेर्विबुभूषया तासु unto them apatyani offspring ajanayat begot atmatulyani all like himself sarvatah in all respects eka ekasyam in each and every one of them dasha 10 dasha 10 prakritehe for expanding himself vibhubhushaya so desiring
yes. Let's make the problem first.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring with exactly his own qualities. Please repeat. Just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring with exactly his own qualities. Into verse number 10. कालमागधशाल्वादीन् अनीकैरुन्धतः पुरम् अजीघनत्स्वयं दिव्यम् स्वपुंसां तेज आदिशत्. Translation: Kalayavana, the king of Magadha and Shalva, attacked the city of Mathura, but when the city was encircled by the soldiers, the Lord refrained from killing them personally, just to show the power of his own men. Please repeat. Kalayavana, the king of Magadha and Shalva, attacked the city of Mathura, but when the city was encircled by their own soldiers, the Lord refrained from killing them personally, just to show the power of his own men. Purport: after the death of Kamsa, when Mathura was encircled by the soldiers of Kalayavana, Jarasandha and Shalva, the Lord seemingly fled from the city, and thus he is known as Ranchor, or one who fled from fighting. Actually, the fact was that the Lord wanted to kill them through the agency of his own men, devotees like Muchukunda and Bhima. Kalayavana and the king of Magadha were killed by Muchukunda and Bhima respectively, who acted as agents of the Lord. By such acts, the Lord wanted to exhibit the prowess of his devotees, as if he were personally unable to fight, but his devotees could kill them. The relationship of the Lord with his devotees is a very happy one. Actually, the Lord descended at the request of Brahma in order to kill all the undesirables of the world. But to divide the share of glory, he sometimes engaged his devotees to take the credit. The battle of Kurukshetra was designed by the Lord himself, but just to give credit to his devotee Arjuna, Nimitta Matram Bhavasavyasachi, he played the part of the charioteer, while Arjuna was given the chance to play the fighter and thus become the hero of the battle of Kurukshetra. What he wants to do himself by his transcendental plans, he executes through his confidential devotees. That is the way of the Lord's mercy towards his pure, unalloyed devotees. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Can go. Can start. Prabhu is asking.
Tell me.
Sorry, the string is on.
You must tell me that I can go live for what? I usually look somewhere else. How am I to know?
You're already live.
Huh?
You're already live.
You let me know. No. How do I know? I won't know, right? Yes. So, okay, thank you so much again. Going on, speaking on the Bhagavatam.
How do you know about this? It's coming first time, people you are just how do you know this?
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Hello. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes, it's all.
Hello. Hare Bol. Hello. Is it loud?
Yes, check. Please put me in.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's working. Just that the sensitivity is reduced.
Working.
Yeah, it's working, but the sensitivity is reduced. That's it. You just need to increase a little bit.
All right. So thank you again. We are
Shami, should I put next to you or?
we're hearing the pastimes of the Lord. So today, can you go to the next? So here you can see that how he killed the color Yavana who attacked the city of Mathura. along with Jarasandha, two of them. Of course, here the word Salva used, but Salva was killed by the Lord himself. The interesting point here is that just to show the power of his own man, so he acts like the men are more powerful than him. He gives credit to his devotees. Just like the battle of Kurukshetra, Prabhupada explained, he gave credit to Arjuna. Yes? Yes.
Yes.
Indicating that Arjuna is more powerful, he could fight with. And he just became a
Charity.
Sarathi, Sharata. Yes? And also Jarasandha, he tried to attack how many times?
17 times.
17 times. Sure. And then he defeated him 17 times, but the 18th time he ran away. He did not kill him. So this indicates that Jarasandha became puffed up and more powerful. Yes. And he did not even kill him. He gave the facility to who? Bhima. Bhima eventually killed him. Yes? Yes, no? So all these activities are very, what? Bewildering. Is it not? I acted like as though he is not capable. But his devotees are more capable. Right? You understand? So here we go to 1084. So he did also the same thing with the sages. In this verse you can see
The Supreme Lord said, "Now our lives are indeed successful, for we have obtained life's ultimate goal, the audience of great yoga masters, which even demigods only rarely obtain."
See, now she is glorifying the
Devotees.
it's glorifying the what? It says this next verse.
How is it that people who are not very austere and who recognize God only in His deity form in the temple can now see you, touch you, inquire from you, bow down to you, worship your feet, and serve you in other ways? Mere bodies of water are not the real sacred place of pilgrimage, nor are mere images of earth and stone the true worshipable deities. These purify one only after a long time, but saintly sages purify one immediately upon being saved.
See, he's giving the credit to the correct? Just like he gave credit to Bhima and Arjuna, he's also giving credit to the next.
Neither demigods controlling fire, the sun, the moon, and the stars, nor those in charge of earth, water, ether, air, speech, and mind actually remove the sins of their worshippers, who continue to see in terms of dualities. But wise sages destroy one's sins when respectfully served for even a few moments.
So you see here again, he giving all credit to the
Sages.
sages, devotees, particularly. Huh? And of course, the next famous verse that Prabhupada quotes many times.
यस्यात्म बुद्धि पुनपेति धातुके स्वधिक कलत्रादिषु भूम इज्जति यतीर्थ बुद्धि सैलेन कर्मचित जनेषु विघ्नेषु स एव गोचरः. One who identifies his self as the inert body composed of mucus, bile and air, who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, who thinks an earthen image or the land of his birth is worshipable, or who sees a place of pilgrimage as merely the water there, but who never identifies himself with, feels kinship with, worships, or even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth. Such a person is no better than a cow or an ass.
Yeah? So in other words, if someone don't take association of the devotee to hear about transcendental subject matter, right? Instead they are very much interested in going to the place to take bath, who are worshipping their body, or the byproduct of the body, yeah? Or worship the place where they are born, neglecting the association of devotee is no better than a cow or an ass. So you see how the Lord is giving so much credit to the devotees. In this case it's the sages, but in the other case Arjuna for fighting, and what's his name? Bhima, and also Muchukunda, who just been woken up, he burned Kalayavana to ashes. Yes? So why the Lord does these things? Very amazing, is it not? So go. So now the sages, they heard this, they were a little bewildered. Why you speak like that, Krishna? You can do everything, but he's saying things as though we are more powerful than him. Yeah? You understand? So they are a little bit bewildered. Right? Next verse.
Shukadeva Goswami said, hearing such unfathomable words from the unlimitedly wise Lord Krishna, the learned Brahmanas remained silent, their minds bewildered. For some time, the sages pondered the Supreme Lord's behavior, which resembled that of a subordinate living being. They concluded that he was acting this way to instruct the people in general. Thus, they smiled and spoke to him, the spiritual master of the universe.
So they understood that he is trying to teach people how important it is to go and take shelter of the devotees. He gave more importance to the devotee than to himself. Yeah? But they understood this, and you see what they say in the next verse.
The great sages said, your power of illusion has totally bewildered us, the most exalted knowers of the truth and leaders among the universal creators. Ah, how amazing is the behavior of the Supreme Lord. He covers himself with his human-like activities and pretends to be subject to superior control.
You understand? You know this word. You never seen it. Huh? Not finished, huh? Wait. So you see, he covers himself with this what? Avajanante mam mudda You know this verse? You know this verse? Avajanani Mutta? Where is it? Huh? Where? No, no. Huh? You say you know and then you say you don't know.
I heard it, but I don't remember that.
This verse is what? 9? 9, 11. See? Bhagavad Gita, see?
अवजानन्ति मां मूढा मानुषी तन्माश्रितं परं भावमजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all that be.
You see, again, although he is saying that I come in the human form and I cover myself, but fools think that I am a. At the same time, he also is asserting his what?
Supremacy.
His power. Go back to that verse.
That's why he humbled all those people on 9/11 attack.
Huh?
9/11 attack.
Yeah.
World Trade Center attack on 9/11. Humbled all the fools.
And he pretend to be subject to superior control. See? Understand this point? Huh? There's another place also. He says in 5:5. Five 19. Again here, he is again saying about his body.
My transcendental body, Satchidananda Vigraha, looks exactly like a human form, but it is not a material human body. It is inconceivable. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on a body by my own sweet will. My heart is also spiritual, and I always think of the welfare of my devotees. Therefore, within my heart can be found the process of devotional service which is meant for the devotees. Far from my heart have I abandoned irreligion, adharma, and non-devotional activities. They do not appeal to me. Due to all these transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabdeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities.
Here again, he said his body is not
Material.
ordinary life. You understand? Actually, these bodies are, like now we have a very gross body. Our body is what? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. But as the body, the different planets they go, the body is more and more subtle. I'll show you one verse about that. 2:28. See how the Lord's body is spiritual, it's not.
Rest the mind. Don't let it. Rest. You got to change your mind. Why? Just not from this mind. Is it from your mind? Is it from your mind?
Hare Krishna.
Is it from your mind?
Sundar Michael.
Hello.
Yes, Sundar.
Hello. So you see here, you just have to, when this happens, you just put your hand on the mic and just because the vibration, follow harmonic. This is called what? Can you read?
After reaching Satyaloka, the devotee is specifically able to be incorporated fearlessly by the subtle body in an identity similar to that of the gross body. And one after another, he gradually attains stages of existence from earthly to watery, fiery, glowing and airy until he reaches the ethereal stage.
You see his body.
No, what's the problem? Battery problem or what? Try to open this one.
It's humming. It's humming.
This thing got
Prabhu's
no
mind is
battery.
working or not?
Prabhu's mic was only humming. That mic was humming, not busy. That's why I'm trying to give this mic. I don't need a mic. I don't need a mic. Just give this one. And increase the volume.
So here you see,
The mic's like going outside, not buying anything, I have to buy it. Every day going outside, starting from
which
gate
mic
to
am I
bike,
supposed to
everything
use?
on the physical.
Which mic supposed to use?
Not good means you buy no.
This mic is
ISKM also you don't respond. From there the phone you don't respond. Going outside you're not buying. People have to buy, mic have to buy, bill everything have to buy. So what you want to do? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So brain is only required.
but later
His mind has a little bit of his brain. What are problems are these things? Ask him about this.
Can you hear me?
You can ask him about your mind.
but it's not.
I'm asking.
I was trying to figure out
It's about asking asking.
So you see, in the spiritual world, hello, hello. So in the spiritual world, the body is spiritual. You understand? So the Lord's body is one of those human-like, but it is full of spirituality. But here you see, this is Satyaloka, the place of Lord Brahma. You understand? So the body there, it is ethereal, Ethereal means what?
the
What?
ether is dominant. Ether element is dominant.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now our body is full of what?
Earth.
Earth, correct? Then the body in the water, Varuna, he is got like a,
Watery body.
and then the sun god is got a
Fiery body.
glowing and airy. So as you go higher and higher, your body is what? material comes. And of course, if you leave the material world, then your body becomes spiritual. You understand? So it is not the same like you go to Brahmaloka and you have this kind of a body. See, explain in the next word, you see. Next verse. Next verse.
Only the purified soul can. Is it this verse? No?
Not this.
Cannot use the mic. How are you? You cannot use this mic.
It's okay.
Live is going on. Use the mic.
Okay. We'll go to this. It's going to this one.
27. Go to 27. See here in this verse,
In that land of Satyaloka, there is neither bereavement, nor old age, nor death. There is no pain of any kind, and therefore there are no anxieties. Say that sometimes, due to consciousness, there is a feeling of compassion for those unaware of the process of devotional service, who are subjected to unsurpassable miseries in the material world.
this point here, and this is the place of Lord Brahma. They don't have any death. There's no birth there. And there's of course no old age or disease. Because their body is what? Huh? Their body is ethereal. You understand? Are you following? Just like that, they go to the moon, supposedly. But because they go there, they see nothing. Because the body is what?
Ethereal or something aerial.
You understand? It's not the same. I'll give you another example. When you go to 5.5, (22), 21, 22. So you see here in this verse,
Of the two energies manifest, spirit and dull matter, beings possessing living force, vegetables, grass, trees and plants, are superior to dull matter, stone or earth, etc. Superior to non-moving plants and vegetables are worms and snakes which can move. Superior to worms and snakes are animals that have developed intelligence. Superior to animals are human beings, and superior to human beings are ghosts because they have no material bodies.
superior to human being or what? So the ghosts, they don't have the gross body. They don't have a, they have the subtle body. Do you know that? Huh? So you see how above the human, they are superior because they don't have a gross body. And of course, higher than the gods are the Gandharvas. They also will not have a gross body. Are you following? And higher than them are the Siddhas. The Siddhas are people who have the mystic powers. They can go anywhere, Because they don't have a gross body. You understand? So with this gross body, there's limitation. That's what?
Limitation.
Because it's subject to radiation and so many things, and you cannot. But if you don't have a gross body, a subtle body, then what can anything affect you? Yeah? Are you understanding? And as you go higher and higher, it goes, just now we read the verse, right? Gross to watery, fiery, air, and finally what? Ether. And in Brahmaloka, they all have some kind of ethereal body. Understand? So they can live for millions and millions of years. Brahma's life is how long? Huh? And amazing thing is that although it's like ethereal, but still they have a what? Form. And still they can function. It's not that they just like air and nothing else. So similarly, Krishna's body is also,
There is a
but his body is what? Just now we read. My body is spiritual. Just now we read, no? 5,
19.
9,
19.
19. I think just 1, 2 verses before this. Anyway, you can go on. Superior Siddha, superior to them Asuras, like that it goes. And finally, superior Brahma. Brahma is, Lord Shiva is coming from Brahma, so Brahma is supreme. And better than all of them, the Lord, and the Lord is inclined to the Brahmana, so the Brahmana is the best of all. So you see, I'm trying to explain to you this body, Are you understanding? Huh? So you see, if you go back again to the other verse, 5:19. My transcendental body, such an Ananda Vigraha, looks exactly like a human form. And Krishna is saying, Avajanante mam munda, manusyam tanam. Food derive me when I come in this human form. He didn't say I come in this human body, he said I come in this human form. They also say man is made in the image of God. You understand? So you see how the elements constitute different kind of bodies. Are you understanding? And the more gross is in the human body. It's very gross because it's full of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And he has also, as Krishna said, his body also has got a subtle body. Mind, intelligence and it also has got the spirit soul. Actual body is the spirit, but it is covered by Krishna's mind. Understand? You follow? Are you following? Not following? You understand? So, so that when the Lord says that I take this human body, it acts like a human being, but actually he is far, far superior. That's why the sages are trying to explain. He supposedly ran away from Jarasandha, Rancho. Yeah? And supposedly he could not do it. He let Muchukunda burn him down. Yeah? Actually, the reason why they didn't want to deal with him was he was very low class, very inferior, low class. The Lord didn't want to. So he let Muchukunda burn him down. Because the Lord is very expert in everything. It's not that he acts like that. You see, it's not the words we say. He acts like as though he is, has got some superior controlling him. It's not the words we saw. But it's not a friend. He is the supreme control. Go back. Can you go back to the previous one? See here. Hello. How amazing is the behavior of the Supreme Lord. No, I mean the previous one. Yeah. And he was acting in this way to, no, the next one. Yeah. How amazing is the behavior of the Supreme Lord. He covers himself with a human-like activity and pretends to be subject to superior control. Pretends, the word is used here. That's why again in Bhagavad Gita he says, fools deride me when I come in this human form. They think that I am what? What is the line? He thinks what? He says, they do not know my transcendental nature, the Supreme Lord of all that be. They do not know. So he pretends. He what? Pretends. You see how he is so expert in bewildering. Just like Kunti Devi is also saying here. Kunti Devi is also praising. You are running away from the stick of Mother Yashoda. And you are controlling everything. It's very bewildering. Is it not? You know why it is? 1-8. Vidambanam. So you see here how she is also explaining this whole point, pretend.
My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me.
You know? He pretend crying as though Mother Yashoda is going to chastise him. Yeah? Yes, no? Same time he stole the what? He had some dirt, no? He said, open your mouth. And what she saw?
Holy Ghost.
And she started thinking, wow, I'm thinking this boy is my son, and the Maharaj is my husband. Very bewildering. Right? You follow this point. That's why the Lord is what? Inconceivable. Right? So go back to the next verse of that.
Indeed, the human-like pastimes of the Almighty are simply a pretense. Effortlessly, He alone sends forth from Himself this variegated creation, maintains it, and then swallows it up again, all without becoming entangled, just as the element earth takes on many names and forms in its various transformations.
He is the one who made this whole thing. Huh? 9:4 Bhagavad Gita. No, 9. Also he said, I am the source of this material and spiritual world. Aham sarvasya prabhu. You follow? He is power of him. Right? By me and my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All things are in me, but I'm not in that. Again, it's mystic power. Understand? Huh? So try to understand how Krishna is a very powerful personality. At the same time, he acts like an ordinary person. Yeah? He could have finished the Bhagavad Gita, the war, in 1 minute. Right? Not so difficult. In fact, at one time, I think it's verse is in the 11th canto or something, or 10, not sure. Parikshit Maharaj heard Sukadeva Goswami say that Krishna, he killed so many people just with 3 arrows. Other people will be astounded. How can he kill so many people with 3 arrows? But when Parikshit heard that, he started shedding tears. Because the devotee could understand how the Lord could do anything. You follow this point? And a non-devotee like Kamsa, he was saying, what's so great about this little boy? He lifted up some toadstool. You know what is a toadstool? Mushroom. You know what the mushroom? Huh? This governor, some mushroom like that. Huh? He was, in fact, the word is there, in the Bible. We won't have time to go everywhere, so I'm just telling you. So he minimized Krishna's what? Transcendental activity. Thinking is ordinary. Anybody could do this. You follow? But the Lord's activity is a what?
Transcendental.
Adbhuta. What?
Wonderful.
It is what? You know what the meaning of the word Adbhuta?
Wonderful. Transcendental.
Very wonderful. Amazing. Yes? Go back to the verse again.
Nonetheless, at suitable times, you assume the pure mode of goodness to protect your devotees and punish the wicked. Thus you, the soul of the Varnashram social order, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, maintain the eternal path of the Vedas by enjoying your pleasure pastimes.
See? So it's given this Vedas. Vedas are coming from where?
Krishna.
Where is the Vedas coming from where? Huh?
Vedeshta sarve Rashmaya Vaidyo.
15. 15. He says here in the Bhagavad Gita, Sanskrit. Vedescha sarve ahameva vidyo. Vedanta Krit Videva Chaham. Yeah? The Vedas are coming from Krishna. As also other verses, 6:1, 44 maybe, or 40. Narayana Sakshat Veda.
Vedu Narayana Sakshat.
Veda Narayana Sakshat. Yes? What is it? See, you go to other 40. Sanskrit, no, come on. See, Vedo Narayana. So Vedas are coming from the Lord. You understand? That's why we reject not Buddha. Because he rejected.
Vedas.
If you reject Veda, then what is that? Naistic.
Nastik.
Nastic means what? Atheist.
Atheist.
You understand? There are 9 qualities in the Bhagavad Gita. Sama, Dhamma,
Diksha.
huh?
Arjavam, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam.
Brahma, Jnana, Vijnana,
Astikyam.
Astikyam, not Nastikyam. Nastikyam means atheist. Astikyam means they are devils. You follow? So if anyone who is rejecting the Vedas, then he is rejecting the because you see, Vedo Narayana Sakshat. You follow? Huh? Anything against that, it becomes adharma. Anything rejecting the Veda is what? Adharma. Next verse, you see.
Back to 1084.
Huh?
Back to
No,
1084.
here you go next verse, you see. You read this verse.
The Yamadutas replied, that which is prescribed in the Vedas constitutes dharma. The religious principles and the opposite of that is irreligion. The Vedas are directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana and are self-born. This we have heard from Yamaraj.
Sanskrit. Okay, so go back to the other verse. And you are the soul of the Varnashram social order. Varnashram Achravarta.
Purushena Parapuman, Vishnu Aradhite Panthananit Toshakaranam.
So you know. Got it?
Madhya 858. Yes, bro, I got this. वर्णाश्रमाचारवता पुरुषेण परपुमान् विष्णुराराध्यते पन्थानान्यतत्तोषकारणम्.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duties in the system of Varna and Ashrama. There is no other way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institution of the 4 Varnas and Ashramas.
So you see here, can you Sanskrit? See here, Nanyata Dosha Karana. Vishnu Aradayate Panta, Nanyata Dosha Karana. So this is the best way to please the Lord. Again, the same word is there in 1 to 13. Bhagavad.
अतः पुंगे द्विजश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रम विभागशः स्वानुष्ठितस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम्.
Samsiddhi Hari. So it is the pleasure of the Lord, this varnashram thing. Huh? Yeah? Can you read the translation?
O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead.
See that? Same point. Yes? So the varnashram is created by the Lord. Understand? It's not a caste system. Because there's two varnashram. One is called Devi varnashram, is what is described here. And there's another ashram called Asura ashram. Asura varnashram. This Asura varnashram means that they take this Brahmin, Kshatriya, all by birthright, not by qualification. Not by? Now like what's going on nowadays, it is Asura Varna. Because they are not qualified and they have assumed the position. This is not allowed. Varnashram means by qualification. Chaturvarnya Maya system, guna and karma, not dharma and not. That is not the criteria. So varnashram is created by the Lord for the purpose of His satisfaction. You follow this point? Let's go back. You assume the pure mood of goodness to protect your devotees and punish the wicked. Because this is the role of the Lord. Paritnaya sadhanam, vinaya satya, duskritam. We will explain. Next. It's enjoying your pleasure pastime. So even though he acted as a servant to Arjuna, seemingly taking orders, move right, move left, because you know how they guide the chariot. You know how they guide the chariot? That means Arjuna is putting his leg on who?
Controlling the leg.
He will tap the left shoulder, the right shoulder, straight by the leg. Can you imagine who is driving the chariot?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna.
Huh? Who? Hello?
Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna.
And how is Arjuna dealing with him?
Putting his leg on his shoulder
Huh?
like a
How
friend.
is he dealing with him? And the Lord is allowing that. Can we see the position of the Lord? Understand? Will you let someone kick you around? You will allow. That shows the greatness of the Lord. So I said, enjoying your pleasure,
Pastimes.
pastime. You follow this point? Next.
The Vedas are your spotless heart, and through them one can perceive, by means of austerity, study, and self-control, the manifest, the unmanifest, and the pure existence transcendental to both.
So the Vedas, through the Vedas, word of God. Correct? Just now we read, religion is in my heart. Just now we read, Bishop Dev is saying, I keep irreligion far, far. Yes? Yeah. Huh? And austerity, by means of austerity, when there's another verse in the part where he tells Brahma was told to do what?
Tapa.
Austerity, yes? Yes, no? And then he says, austerity is my whole life. Follow? That's why even Rishabh Dev said, Tapodityam putraka yena sattvam yasmat sudaya brahma samkhya. They say again, tapasya is what? Very important. If you don't want to do tapasya, then you cannot go to God. You understand? In fact, I have shown many verses. If you don't do tapasya, you cannot get the favor of the devotees. Understand? You cannot get. Those who have meager tapasya, durapa, alpa tapasya, 3, 7, 20. You see how important austerity is.
Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees, progressing on the path back to the kingdom of Godhead, the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities.
Yes? So try to understand 2923.
O sinless Brahma, you may know from me that it was I who first ordered you to undergo penance when you are perplexed in your duty. Such penance is my heart and soul, and therefore penance and I are non-different.
Penance is my life and not different from me. You understand? Therefore, if you want to be, what is that? Brahmachari? Tapasya? Brahmacharya, you know what that was? Anyway, can you go to the Sanskrit of this verse? Is that here? Tapo me, hello, go on. Tapo me hridayam sachat atmaham taposha anagara. See here? Our austerity is mine, non-different. Yeah? Go to that. Brahmachari, tapasya brahmachari na. So brahmachari, you have to do what? Where that? Bring the book in faster. So you see how important austerity is. Yes? Huh? So important. I thought it was 612.
13.
Tapasya brahmacharyena samena cha damena cha tyaga satya saucharyam yamena niyamena va. Right? Understand? So if someone is not interested in doing austerity, then what happens?
He cannot please Krishna.
Eh?
He cannot please
They
Krishna.
will change his ashram. Eh? Correct? Always complaining, oh, this is not there, then why there is no food? Yes? That means it's not. You follow? So austerity is very, very important. Can you read the translation?
To concentrate the mind, one must observe a life of celibacy and not fall down.
Is that? Huh? One must undergo the austerity of voluntarily giving up sense and then joy. You follow this? One must then control the mind and senses, give charity, be truthful, clean, non-violent. These are all the regulatory principles. Regularly chant the holy name of the Lord. Thus, a sober and faithful person who knows religious principles is temporarily purified of all sins of form with body, words, and mind. Its saints are like the dry leaves of creepers within the bamboo tree which may be burned by fire, although their roots remain to grow again at the first opportunity. So the point is this, that austerity is very, very
Important.
important. Follow. Go back to that. Indeed, the human finish.
This verse
You
was,
finish it?
this was done.
Huh?
This verse was done.
Next. The Vedas are your spotless heart, and through them one can perceive by means of austerity, study, and self-control the manifest and unmanifest and pure existence transcendental to you.
To explain the word austerity.
So if you want to know the Lord, you have to what? Study the what?
Vedas.
Huh? In fact, there's another verse that says that the devotees see the Lord by reading the scriptures. I think it's 2, 9, 11.
2, 9, 11.
No. thought it was in 2:9 something. Let me look at it again. Three 9:11.
O my Lord, your devotees can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become cleansed, and you take your seat there. You are so merciful to devotees that you manifest yourself in the particular eternal form of transcendence, in which they always think of you.
So you see, when we speak about the look, go back. Your devotees can see you through the years of process of bona fide hearing. What is this bona fide hearing? Hearing the what? Hearing the what? Hearing the scriptures. What else the devotee will hear? Huh? Go back to the Sanskrit. Shrute Chita. Huh? Shrute in Shrotra. Hearing from the scriptures. Huh? The scriptures are called what? Shruti. Yes? So Shrotra is translated. Shruta Ichitaha. They see through the ears. Shruta means hearing the scripture. Right? So you see how important that how by hearing the Vedas a person will develop. Yes? Just now in the 15:15 Krishna said, I am the Vedas. Yes? Through the Vedas I am to be known. I am the compiler of the Vedas. Yes? So if you want to go to Krishna, you have to what? Hear. Huh? 21 to 2. Madhya. Maya Mukta Jivere Nai Shwanta Krishna Gyan. Jivere Kirpa Koila Krishna Veda Purana. To have the living entity, Krishna has given Veda and Purana.
The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. But out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and its supplements, the Puranas.
See? So, if you want to come out of this mess, then you must hear the scriptures. Right? The scriptures, if you don't hear, then you will create a disturbance. Create a
Disturbance.
You understand? Huh? What is that word? Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Panchrata Vidi Vedam Utpata. Disturbance. If you don't hear the scripture, you will create a what? Disturbance. Can you take that word out? Shruti Smriti Purana Adi.
Yes, please. Here it is.
Not saying where from the Bhakti Rasamrita.
7.3 purport.
Okay, read the translation.
Devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literatures like the Upanishads, Puranas, and Narada Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society.
Is that? Actually, devotees, if they don't hear proper books, then they will fall down. 25 to 7, 8.
Men become strong and stout by eating sufficient grains, but the devotee who simply eats ordinary grains but does not taste the transcendental pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna gradually becomes weak and falls down to the transcendental position. However, if one drinks but a drop of the nectar of Krishna's pastimes, his body and mind begin to bloom and he begins to laugh, sing and dance. Purport. All the devotees connected with the Krishna consciousness movement must read all the books that have been translated, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and others. Otherwise, after some time, they will simply eat, sleep and fall down from the position. Thus, they will miss the opportunity to attain an eternal blissful life of transcendental pleasure.
Understand? So we don't hear for us proper books. This is our Veda. Yeah? And then you will simply eat, sleep,
Fall down.
and fall down. See how? Hearing is so? Go back to that.
This is 84, right?
Read this.
Therefore, O Supreme Brahman, you honor the members of the Brahmanical community, for they are the perfect agents by which one can realize you through the evidence of the Vedas. For that very reason, you are the foremost worshipper of the Brahmanas.
So the Brahmins, the devotees, they were giving, the Lord was giving credit to them. Because by the devotees you can go to the Lord. Yes? But here they are saying to the Lord, you are actually you honor the members of Brahmanical community for they are perfect agents by which one can realize you through the evidence of the Veda. For that very reason, you are the foremost worshippers of the Brahmana. Now what does this mean? That you, the Brahmanas and the devotees, they are your agent. Whose agent?
Krishna's agent.
So naturally you will support his agent, is it not? So he is setting example why he is worshipping the Brahmana. Because they are representing Namo Brahmanya Devaya. You chant this mantra, right? You don't chant. Why you chant for prasadam? Do you know the meaning of that? Prasadam. What? Yeah, the Lord is honoring the cows and
Brahmanas.
Brahmanas. So here, for this very reason, you are foremost worshipper of the Brahmanas. Because they are his agent. They are who? Representing
Krishna.
You understand? Next.
Today, our birth, education, austerity, and vision have all become perfect because we have been able to associate with you, the goal of all saintly persons. Indeed, you yourself are the ultimate supreme blessing.
Is the point here? So although the Lord was praising the devotees, yes, or he is giving credit to all the others, but actually you are yourself the ultimate supreme. Everything is coming from him. Give you the example in 5:15. 1:15. 1:15, huh? One 15:5, huh? Can you read that?
Arjuna said, O king, the supreme personality of God and Hari, who treated me exactly like an intimate friend, has left me alone. Thus my astounding power, which astonished even the demigods, is no longer with me.
So that, hmm? So here, his power is gone because he was taking his 16,000 queens he was bringing them out of Dwaraka. So on the way, he got defeated by the coward, some coward boy. So he says his power is what? Gone. Therefore, he threw away all his weapons into the river. So from here you can see, although he was very, very powerful, but when the Lord took away his powers, he was finished. On one hand, Arjuna was glorified for fighting in the battle of Kurukshetra. Yes, as a hero. Correct, he could defeat so many people, But now, when the Lord left, my returning power, which was astonished even then, was now no longer with me. So the Lord withdrew. He gave credit, he can also withdraw. So therefore, although he is giving power like today's world, today, devotees, seemingly, but actually he is still the supreme. For the very fact that Arjuna could not even defend himself and not protect the queens. Yes? You understand? So try to understand the power of the Lord. Well, yes, even then also when Vishnu was fighting with, Bhima was fighting with Jarasandha, the fight was going on and Bhima was not knowing. And finally the Lord took some grass, and he crucified them and telling Bhima how to kill. You follow this point? So everything they is giving credit, but he is still the mastermind of everything. Understand? So devotees recognize that. Not that they get the power and now they become puffed up. Devotees don't do that. They are always conscious of the supremacy of the. That's why Arjuna is saying, by your power I could do all these things. What am I? This whole chapter 15 speaks about how he is giving credit to Krishna. You understand? Just give you another example, just go one verse next, you see what he is saying.
This was good.
7, go to 7.
Only by his merciful strength was I able to vanquish all the lusty princes assembled at the palace of King Drupada for the selection of the bridegroom. But my bow and arrow I could pierce the fish target and thereby gain the hand of Draupadi.
That only by his friend. You understand this point? His the devotees they're not under false ego thinking that they're so powerful. They don't do that. They're always conscious of their position, although the Lord is giving credit, but they're not what? Getting carried away. Getting? It's not there. They don't do that. That's why devotee's position is always they're submissive to the Lord. Is that a point? Go back to that again. Let us offer obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, the infinitely intelligent Super Soul, who has disguised his greatness through his mystic Yoga Maya. Okay? He has disguised his activity through his Yoga Maya. Right? He could do everything, just like the example I gave. Yashoda, she saw in his mouth, what? The whole universe, everything. And then he covered her again. Oh, you're my son. Yes? You follow how powerful he is. Although he gives credit to his devotees, but he is always the what? Infinitely intelligent. Position of Krishna. Next.
Neither these kings, nor even the Vrishnis, who enjoy intimate association, know you as the soul of all existence, the force of time, and the supreme controller. For them, you are covered by the curtain of Maya.
Then he's covering them. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya. Cannot understand. Your Krishna is neither one uncovering or covering. You understand? It's why it's so powerful, supremely powerful. You cannot try to supersede him, or you cannot try, although seemingly that their devotees are doing better than him. Just like Hanuman, he could jump over to Lanka and all, Ram could not do anything. But actually, who is giving the power? Huh? You understand? That's why it says here. For those people who are not devotees, he covers, he cannot understand. Yeah? 725 Bhagavad Gita. Yes?
Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritah Mudhoyam na vijanati loko mamajam abhyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and inexhaustible.
So they cannot understand the glories of the Lord. Next, go back to that. I think you should be finishing now. No?
A sleeping person imagines an alternative reality for himself and, seeing himself as having various names and forms, forgets his waking identity, which is distinct from the dream. Similarly, the senses of one whose consciousness is bewildered by illusion perceive only the names and forms of material objects. Thus, such a person loses his memory and cannot know you.
Same point just now we discussed Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let's go next.
Today we have directly seen your feet, the source of the holy Ganga, which washes away volumes of sins. Perfected yogis can at best meditate upon your feet within their hearts, but only those who render you wholehearted devotional service, and in this way vanquish the soul's covering, the material mind, attain you as their final destination. Therefore, kindly show your mercy to us, your devotees.
See that now? You see how they put, by devotional service, they can, what? Clear the covering, the soul's covering. What is the soul's covering?
The gross bodies of the body.
The material mind. You understand this point? That's why Krishna said the mind can be your friend. So if it is covered, it is yours. But if you bring your mind to the lotus feet of the Lord, then you are what? Then you can attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Therefore, kindly show mercy to us, your devotees. See, now they are surrendering to the, although the Lord was glorifying them, but now the devotees understand that actually everything is coming from you who are doing everything. See? Can you go? Okay, that's it. So they glorify the Lord. Although do you understand today's class? Huh? The power is coming from who? Although they are simulating Arjuna and all this wonderful thing, but actually who is the one? The mastermind behind all this? Supreme Personality. He says that if you take shelter of the devotees, correct? Huh? Krishna says, no? You get so much purification, correct? Is it not? Correct? Just by going to the devotees. It's not the same as taking bath in the Ganga or going to see the dead. These all are it's slow, very slow, right? Yes or not? Huh? So the devotees are extremely powerful, is it not? Correct? Huh? Good. That's how the Lord made it. But actually, there's another prayer. 8:24. $24.49.
Neither all the demigods, nor the so-called gurus, nor all other people, either independently or together, can offer mercy that equals even 1/10,000th of yours. Therefore, I wish to take shelter of your lotus feet.
Here. Huh? You understand the Lord's position? Huh? Are you following this? Although the Lord gives credit to the devotee, or you take the shelter of the devotee, they can purify you rather than going to the Ganga, taking bath millions of times, right? But here you see, actually the Lord, if you go to the Lord, what He can give is mercy, not even what, that equally 10,000 or whatever you have to give. So try to understand that the Lord's position is not the same as anybody. You follow? So He is the Supreme Personality of God. He is always named the personality. Therefore, we take shelter of His glorious, of course, through the spiritual mind. So, do you understand today's class? Any question? So, when he's glorifying the devotees, he is doing it for a purpose. Understand? To teach everyone to take shelter of the devotees. And the duty of the devotee is to teach about the Supreme. You understand? If the person is not speaking of the Supreme Personality, Godhead, then they cannot be the authorized agents of the Lord. And such a person should be. That's what Bali Maharaj did. Bali Maharaj rejected Shukracharya because he was misrepresenting. Instead of going and giving to the Lord, he said, don't give, don't go. Yes? Isn't it? Understand? So therefore he is. Are you following? That also the same thing happened to Bhishmadev and Dronacharya. They were misrepresented. You follow? So anyway, I hope you understand today's subject. No question? Of course, today is a little serious subject, I think. So I try to explain to you that although the Lord is giving credit to the devotees, but actually He is the one to get the real credit. You follow? Okay, we'll then stop here. Thank you very much.
Jai.
Okay.
Hari.